So, hello and welcome back to 80 English tutorials. And the agenda for this particular video is to introduce you all to the play of Macbeth, written by William Shakespeare. So, this video will be particularly useful for ISC students class 11th and 12th, and also it might not be as useful because in this particular video I'll be telling you about from where the play is adopted and when it was written, composed. So these all things are not of such of use, but obviously I'll be telling you about the setting and all those things. Dramatis personae we'll be discussing today, so that those things will be of use. But if you want to connect to the play, do watch the full video. You will get an idea that how and in what conditions the play was written. So let's get started without any delay. This video will not have any act or scenes explanation. We'll start it from the next video. This is just the introduction of the play. So now let's start. Title, we all know it's Macbeth. Author, greatest of all time, William Shakespeare. It was composed in 1606. That is, it was staged in 1606. 1606. So now you can imagine that it has been almost 400 years, and now still we are going through this. So what a masterpiece he wrote, and even today we are just trying to decode it, and we are just studying it. So just think that what beautifully, how beautifully he has written all these plays and all. It was composed, that is staged in 1606. Source of the play, that is he took an inspiration, he took some guidance from another book, another play, that is Holinshed's Chronicles of England, Scotland and Ireland. And these three places, our play, that is Macbeth, will also be revolving around. William Shakespeare, he was an English poet, we all know, playwright, actor. He was born on 26 April 1564, and 26 April is the day when we celebrate the English Language Day, on his birthday. So how great author he must be. And he died on 23 April 1616. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. So it's the title given by the people to him, the Bard of Avon. So four most popular tragedies written by William Shakespeare. So he wrote four tragedies which have become very popular in these days. First is King Lear, second is Hamlet, third is Othello, and fourth is that we are going to read about Macbeth. Dramatis personae. Duncan, he will be the king of Scotland, the place where most of the scenes will take place. Malcolm and Donalbain are the sons of King Duncan. Macbeth and Banquo are the generals of the king's army. Then Macduff, Lennox, Ross, Menteith, Angus, and Caithness, all these are the thanes or noblemen of Scotland. Noblemen of Scotland. Fleance is the son of Banquo. Banquo, you remember, we just talked about him. He was a general in the king's army. Seward is the Earl of Northumberland and the general of the English army. Young Seward is his son. Seaton, he was an officer attending on Macbeth. And Boy, son of Macduff. So there is no particular name given to the son of Macduff. He is often called as Boy. Lady Macbeth, so she was the wife of Macbeth. Lady Macduff, wife of Macduff. Hecate is the deity that governs all the three witches. So witches, you will be mainly talking about three witches. and they will be also referred to as the three weird sisters. And the deity that governs all these three witches, or that has power on these three witches, is called as Hecate. Three witches I just told you about, and we'll meet these three witches in the very first scene, Act 1, Scene 1. The next video will be on that only. A sergeant, the spelling is wrong, I guess. Sergeant is a post in the army. The correct spelling of sergeant is Sergeant. So, sergeant. He is an officer with a low position in the army, so his rank is not so much high, but I mean, he's a little okay, okay. Not so much low, not so much high. His position is a porter. So porter is a gatekeeper, and in this case, gatekeeper to a castle. Then three murderers, an English doctor and Scottish doctors, and you will also find a gentlewoman attending on Macbeth, ghost of Banquo. Then apparitions. What are apparitions? Apparitions are ghosts like images of a person. Then lords, gentlemen, officers, attendants, messengers, soldiers, servants, and all those things. We come to setting. Where did it happen? So the main setting is laid in Scotland in the remote Middle Ages when the ancestors of King James I rule over the country. In Act 4, Scene 3, the setting shifts to England, a place near the palace of the English king, and then again move to the Scotland. So first half of the play, at least in till Act 3, I guess, we are in Scotland. Then the setting shifts towards England, and then again we are taken back to Scotland. Date of composition. So I already told you it was composed in 1606. It was first staged at the Royal Court in that very year in the honor is wrong in the honor Honor of the visit of King James' brother-in-law, King Christian of Denmark. So, King James, I just told you, King James was the ruler of Scotland at that time. So, his brother-in-law, that is King Christian of Denmark. So, he was coming to Scotland, and then he requested, or rather, uh, told William Shakespeare to write a play at a very short notice. So he wrote this play Macbeth in that honor to be staged when that is the King Christian, will come here. And it has also been suggested that it was written specially for this occasion. Okay. Then Macbeth as a hero villain. So first in the first few scenes, at one scene 3 or 4 till here, you will find even till act 1, you can say that he is regarded as a warrior, a brave warrior who is all the time winning the battles and killing the persons, just winning the battles, winning. A brave soldier, Bellona's bridegroom. You will see. I'll explain you what is Bellona's bridegroom. Bellona is the Roman goddess of war, and his groom, that is as brave and hardy soldier as Bellona. So that is again an adjective used for very brave and hardy soldier. So these adjectives will honor Macbeth. So you will see that in the first half, Macbeth is very hero like figure, but then when he's influenced by the witches, and basically he will be influenced by Lady Macbeth, then you will see that he will eventually turn as a villain. The play Macbeth has an usual feature of Shakespearean tragedy. Macbeth is a tragic hero or a hero villain. Vaulting ambition, just learn and fit these two words in your brain, and because you will be writing these two words again and again and again and again in your answers, because this is the tragic flaw which brought about the downfall of Macbeth. And what is vaulting ambition? It is a strong wish to be extremely powerful and successful, you can say, a belief that is more important than anything else. So he didn't care anything about else. He didn't care about rest of the world. He has to be successful, and that's his wish. That's all. Poetic imagination and weakness of will are his tragic flaws and result in his destruction. The things that I just told you. Role of supernatural. Now you will see that there are witches and all these things are not supernatural. So that is all going to happen here. The atmosphere of blackness and heightened by the prominent part that has been assigned to the supernatural. Shakespeare introduced growth and element of supernatural in Hamlet, Julius Caesar. So all these things have supernatural elements. The Tempest and few other plays. So his plays were mainly including the supernatural elements. Macbeth is the only tragedy in which Shakespeare has introduced the witches. So there were supernatural elements in most of the plays, but the witches thing it was only introduced to this play, that is Macbeth. The three weird sisters, that is the witches, in their grotesque dress. Grotesque is old, worn out tone. Dancing around the cauldron. Cauldron is a heavy vessel, कढ़ाई जैसा होता है, and casting their spell, that is मंत्र पढ़ती हैं, must have been a fascinating sight to the Elizabethan audience. Themes and ideas. Macbeth is a highly complex work of art, the place of exploration of evil, and it also studies the nature of kingship and presents to us contrasted portraits of good and wicked kings. So we find that Duncan is all the time, you go and fight, you go and fight, you go and fight, and he is behind the curtains all the time. So that you will obviously see. Order, disorder, order, appearance versus reality, and inevitability of retribution, the opposition of life and that forces the destructive possibility of the power. So when Macbeth will come into power, you will see that how he brings his own downfall are some of the themes and ideas which are explored and analyzed in the play. Then our last topic for today is Macbeth's vaulting ambition. I already explained you what is vaulting ambition. So let's read now. Hero of Shakespearean tragedy is always and exceptional. It should be an exceptional individual, both socially and personally. Macbeth is no exception in this, except in aspect. He is brave, heroic warrior, and King Duncan refers to have him as peerless kinsman. Peerless is obviously uh, most favorite kinsman. Kinsman is nobles of the king. But like other tragic heroes, he also has a tragic flaw which proved fatal for him in the circumstances he is placed in. In case of Macbeth, the tragic flaw is vaulting ambition. He yearns for the crown of Scotland. He had often discussed the matter with his wife, who is equally ambitious, if not for herself, then at least for her husband. This evil will make him within him will make him start at the prophecy of the witches and also thinking of murdering King Duncan, who is his relative, his king, as well as his guest for the night. So you will find that Macbeth will kill Duncan by the influence of the witches and then by the influence of Lady Macbeth. Lady Macbeth will even go to the extent of questioning his masculinity, and therefore he gets triggered and goes on murdering Macbeth. Until then, he was like the prophecy. You will find it in Act 1, Scene 3. But the murder you will see, it will be happening in Act 2, Scene 1 or 2, something like that, or Scene 7, Act 1, Scene 7 to 8. The murder will takes place. So you will find that here Lady Macbeth will, he will be confused that he should murder King Duncan or not. So he ultimately says that no, I will not murder him. But Lady Macbeth is the one who will go and she will trigger him to do the murder, and then he commits the murder. So thank you everyone for joining us. Very soon you will be getting the videos for the all these things. I hope that you understood the dramatis personae. It's very important. You should first know the characters of the play before reading it, and all these things, vaulting ambition, and all these things. Just keep it in your mind. Make notes, and whatever doubts you have, you can comment me below in the comment section. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next video, Act 1, Scene 1. Thank you. Thank you so much.